Hi everybody, how you doing today? It's Bill. Today I want to talk to you about a stock that has been absolutely beaten down and just kicked around for the last, feels like forever, almost a year I guess. I know today I believe it hit its 52-week low. I want to talk about Teladoc stock with you. This is one that I firmly believe in because I don't think telehealth is going away anytime soon. While patient enrollment might have slowed down a little bit because of the pandemic kind of slowing down, it's just not going away. This is the way of the future. Um, more people are doing things, over the internet and such, and their revenue is still growing very fast. Um, they're still getting more and more patients every day, and they've signed a lot of the biggest companies in the world to, enroll with them. So we're going to go over some things with them. We're going to look at some financials with them, some of the reasons their stock has gone down, and some of the reasons I feel like it's got a bright future ahead of it. As probably most of you know, telehealth and Livongo merged last year, and what telehealth paid Livongo about $15.8 billion in cash and stock compensation for this merger. This has put a lot of debt onto Teladoc's books, which has been the main cause for Teladoc to shares to plummet. I don't really understand why each quarter it seems like the investors are surprised when they show, how much debt that they have and how much of a loss that this company has taken on currently. They knew this was going to happen when the merger took place, so it kind of surprises me that it keeps dropping so hard every quarter when the numbers come out. But it looks like here within about a year or two, it's going to be paid off, and they're going to break even and then start making a profit. The last I read was early 2023, they should be profitable. What Teladoc got from Livongo in this merger is Livongo's long-term care that they help with, mainly with diabetes and obesity. So, and they were growing revenues extremely fast coming into this merger. So with the revenue, how fast that Teladoc was already growing revenues, the combination of these two has pretty much skyrocketed. And as I'll show you, year over year for the last year, they've been over 100% with it. So let's go ahead. We're going to take a look at some of these, some of these articles, some of these issues, and then we'll get into some financials and look where they're starting to stand. Before we look at Teladoc, let's give a quick update for my DoorDash earnings from last week and Uber Eats earnings also. As you can see, I made a total of $550 with DoorDash. I did have a pay adjustment of $81, so that's always nice to see. And then on Uber Eats, I had $135 for the week. So I will be putting $500 of that in my brokerage account tomorrow and investing in that. And then the rest of it, I will be paying off bills with that. My portfolio, where it stands, and then what I have in Teladoc. See that I currently have a total worth of $73,000 right now in my portfolio. Had a pretty rough day today, down 2.5%. Then in my Schwab account, I currently have 45 shares. Put in $7,300 in that one. I am down 25% with a cost basis of $163, almost $164, while it closed at $122 today. And in my brokerage account, I currently have 25 shares. I'm sorry, in my Roth account I have 25 shares. The first was my brokerage account. My Roth account I have 25 shares. I put in
$4,300 worth. I'm down 29% with a cost basis of $174. So first thing, let's start off with a review here done by Verywell Mind. They start out with pros for Teladoc as appointments available 7 days a week, accepts insurance, only works with licensed therapists and psychiatrists. They offer medication management, video and phone appointments are available. You get to choose your therapist rather than being assigned one, which is huge because once people have a therapist or a doctor they like, they want to keep that doctor and they don't want to have to keep going to different ones. Serves teenagers and adults in the U.S., Canada, and internationally. Customer service available via chat and phone, and physical clinics in 20 countries. So basically it boils down to convenience. People love convenience, and Teladoc is a very convenient place to go to visit. Now the cons are expensive without insurance coverage or reimbursement, must create an account in order to see provider bios, which I don't think is a big deal at all, no free consultations, no subscription or bundle services offered, does not offer medication management to people with bipolar disorder or schizophrenia, and no couples, family, or group therapy options. So basically, that boils down to the cost of it. But if you have insurance, that's really not going to matter. Next, we look at this survey that was done by J.D. Power in 2021 for U.S. Telehealth Satisfaction Study. It says the Teladoc Health, was the global leader in whole person virtual care ranks. They rank highest among direct-to-consumer providers, with an overall satisfaction score of 874, nearly 30 points above the category average. Teladoc Health received the highest ranking and outperformed all other direct-to-consumer providers in all study subcategories, including customer service, consultation, and enrollment. See, J.D. Power's recognition is consistent with Teladoc Health's own consumer satisfaction data and net promoter scores, which have reached all-time highs in 2021. Teladoc Health supports consumers in their ongoing primary, chronic, and mental health needs, while also connecting their emergent health needs, whether in the hospital or an unscheduled virtual urgent care visit. Teladoc Health works in concert with health care providers in the community, delivering insights that inform both consumer and healthcare providers along the way. As a result, more than 90% of Teladoc members report being satisfied with their experience in the platform. And then it goes to say, J.D. Power measures consumer satisfaction with their telehealth service experience based on 4 factors: customer service, consultation, enrollment, and billing and payment. So, and it's based on responses of more than 4,000 consumers. So you can see there that as far as competition goes, Teladoc is ahead of their competition. Not only are they bigger, but they have more customer satisfaction, and that goes a long way. As we take a look at this stock, we can see that it does have a $20 billion market cap. It is negative on its EPS. And today it did hit its 52-week low. So it had a high of 308, and it's been all the way down to 120 now. So this thing is absolutely beaten down. It's been kicked around and not appreciated right now, that's for sure. The market cap was well over $40 billion at one point. We look into the financials here. We see revenues have absolutely skyrocketed, and just in 2016, they had their revenues were $123 million, and just climbed like a rocket since then to up over $1 billion this past year. Currently, their trailing 12 months is $1.6 billion. So we see that revenue-wise, they're just going crazy. Their gross profits are doing the same thing. Their operating income, now that's what's really been dragging the price down, is taking a huge hit with that merger. You see it went from a loss of, in 2019, of 73 million to a staggering loss of 418 million last year, and this trailing 12 months is 541 million. But I mean, that's almost completely because of the merger with Livongo. Of course, their net income has done the same thing. It's just not, that doesn't look good for them. As we turn to look at their growth, we see that Teladoc dwarfs, the sector median on just about everything. Their revenue growth, is last year over year, was 127% compared to just 16% for the median. The forward revenue they're projected to grow 67% compared to 14%. You look at their EBITDA growth, 132% compared to just 10% for the median. Their levered free cash flow growth, 255% to just 14% for the median. Their free cash flow forward is 155% to 16%, and then their operating cash flow 143% to 12%. I mean, they are just growing. I mean, by leaps and bounds. They're just miles ahead of everybody else in their sector. Here's where I believe it shows the biggest way of Teladoc being a bargain. When you look at their price to sales ratio, they're currently at a 9.775. And, while that still is considered high by many standards, you look at where it's been in the past, when it was flying high, it was up around 24. And at one point, it got, what is that? Well, a little bit over 24. It was a good bit. Had to be 25 or so. But now it's fallen all the way back to the lowest it's been since around October of 2019. So, I mean, to me, that screams, that it's just ready to be bought up. I mean, you can't get much of a bigger bargain than that right there.
So as you can see, I'm a big fan of TDOC, and I think it's just a huge buy right now. With the revenue skyrocketing, the debt's going to be paid off before you know it, and with price valuations, just at the lowest they've been in years. The price is down like 60%. I mean, what more could you want from it? This is a market that is just growing and growing and growing and growing, and it's just the way of the future, and I just don't see it going away anytime soon. I hope you enjoyed my video. Please give me a thumbs up, maybe a subscribe, and I hope you have a great night.